for this opportunity. I'd be remiss if I failed to take this opportunity to recognize my colleague, Sharon Black. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you so much, Sharon. Brother Larry Hales, thank you so much for continuously coming to Baltimore, supporting our efforts. We greatly appreciate you so much. And the entire Workers' World Party, we thank you so much. And as president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Baltimore City chapter, founded by Dr. King, I'm so excited to be here today and stand in arms with you. I believe that this is the vision that Dr. King had for the entire world, so I thank you so much for having me. Police brutality is a vicious and brutal attack on black, brown, and poor people alike. And it is an attack at the hands of a very vicious, capitalistic, materialistic system that is not only innately void and ill-equipped with the human integrity and pride to be able to stand up for issues concerning humanity, but it is also an indictment upon our system as a whole. It is an indictment upon its inability to provide for health care. It is an indictment on its inability to provide for adequate and sufficient housing. And it is an indictment upon each of us if we fail to take the stand to do what every single people have done around the world, and that is to stand up to own their citizenship rights and to take our communities back. It is critical for us to understand that we have a task at hand, and we've attempted, with the help and support of many of you all, brothers and sisters from North Carolina, walked 41 miles with us the beginning of this year to Washington, D.C. Even in spite of being deprived and threatened we would not be served because of our alliances with brothers and sisters in the Occupy movement, we locked arms because this fight is going to be won with our ability to come together, because a people united will never, ever be defeated. What we've attempted to do in Baltimore is to build what each of you are talking about today, and that is a people's assembly, an alternative to the power structure that has proven time and time again not to give a damn about working class and hardworking people. What we've attempted to do was to get down into the communities that required us to roll up our sleeves, to get past our perceptions, our misgivings, to check our egos at the door, and to begin to start addressing the needs of the people. And in that, we began to become exposed to a variety of different issues. One of the most public, of course, was the death of Brother Anthony Anderson, a gentleman who was just walking in his neighborhood in East Baltimore without any knowing as to what was about to happen. On his way to his granddaughter's birthday party, he was hoisted up in the air by knockers, a specialized police unit that is wrapping terror from around this entire country. And I know we all have these type of units in our communities. This police unit launched him up into the air, slammed him down on the head, and killed him almost instantly in the presence of his mother and the presence of his 2-year-old grandchild. A baby they killed this man in the presence of. And not only was it Anthony Anderson, we have a situation in relationship to David Yim over in West Baltimore, a disabled man, partially paralyzed, who was shot by the police. The police officer sat in his cruiser and shot 4 times out into the general public, endangering the entire city at that particular time, with no regard to the community. Then we had demonstrators from East Baltimore that were fighting for jobs. And this proves to you that the victims of police brutality are also the people having their utilities shut off, having their recreation centers closed down. This is all about capitalism. And so what these people did was they took to the street to challenge it, and that's what we've got to do. They challenged the promise of the provision of jobs that was made to them. And when they challenged it, the system responded just the way they always do. They attacked, they brutalized, and they arrested those demonstrators. One of those demonstrators was beaten severely. He was kicked, he was stomped, he was maced. Anything the police could do to him, they did it. And as a result of that, what they did was they bogged him down with a whole bunch of charges to deter him from moving forward with addressing the issue. What we did was able to apply months and months and months worth of pressure to the system, and those charges were dropped. because it's important for us to understand and to send a message that when you brutalize people, we shall not be moved as a community. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I just want to encourage you to maintain the fight, because it's also important to know that when Anthony Anderson was killed in the presence of his mother, his grandchild, and his entire community, the police lied about what happened to this man. What they said was that he swallowed drugs. But when the autopsy report that we demanded, we said 48 hours, and they delivered it in 28 because we told them we knew our rights and that we were going to demand and file a Freedom of Information request. Because we've got to begin to start doing that, knowing our rights, following through with that, and demanding justice for our community. So I thank you so much, and we just, thank you. Bye.